Okay, we're gonna talk about the girth fit on a horse. But first, I want to show this girth. This is what I like. It's a professional choice. So it just is got a nice support system here. It's not thin because we don't want to be constricting their muscles and the balance of your saddle and everything. So this is what I found I really like. My horse tends to really like it. So that's my only feelings there. I am also not a saddle fitter. Let's just say this. I have learned these things from my saddle fitter. So I am teaching from what I have learned and know, and we're gonna just do our best here. So with the saddle fit, so you wanna make sure on each side where it lines up that you have your push and pull muscle through here. So you want the buckle of your girth to be landing right here. You don't want it way too far up and you don't want it way too far down because that's going to affect the balance of your saddle, the pressure of everything. So keep that in mind on both sides when you're checking the size of your girth in general. Right here. So number one, make sure you tent your saddle pad. I see lots of people have the saddle pads way down on their horse's withers. You want it up off of the withers. That helps the movement of your horse and doesn't constrict things down because as they move, it constricts down further and further. So then we're going to bring our girth over to this side. So again, you're gonna pull it over. So the same as the other side, we're lined up on this part here. So this is your push-pull muscle. Here we've got our buckle. And then I've always been told you wanna have enough room in here with like 2 to 3 fingers. And because she's a cutting horse and she's built downhill, it tends to go a little forward too. So I always pull these back a bit, especially before I compete. I'm always gonna pull back the saddle to make sure she has enough room through here. So then we're going to cinch the girth up. And she's on the cross ties, so I never am gonna tighten all the way here. So we're just at this distance here, but this is where I have been taught to keep this. So you want 2 to 3 fingers here. You want your buckle to be right at this push-pull. She's also bloated out a little bit, so ultimately it ends up going actually a little further up to right here. So both sides are even. You don't want one side of your girth way up and the other side uneven. And then once we're ready to go, I will end up taking her out and then we'll actually cinch up the rest of the girth tighter in both the front and the back buckle. We just don't do it in the cross ties because we want safety. Yeah, that's right. So that is your Equine Body Workers way of teaching you how to do a girthing. Hopefully it is approved, but I have learned this from a saddle fitter. Again, I am not a saddle fitter. I have just learned from professionals to try and do the best by my horse, and this is how I have been taught.